Welcome back to the Metaphysical Tea. I'm Tess.
And I'm Bri.
And we are still on our Human Design Edition. Even though we said we were moving on to astrology, we forgot we have a whole bunch more to tell you.
There's so much.
There is so much, and it's so fun. So we've gotten through all the different centers. We've gone through, we haven't done the channels yet either. We have so much to do.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm excited
cool.
for the channels.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to be in Human Design with us for a while. So we'll go astrology later. So today we're talking about digestion. And in human design, your digestion is A, how you digest food, and B, how you digest information. So there's 6 categories with an opposite on each side. One is a right facing arrow and one is a left facing arrow. Left facing is masculine, fast energy, and right facing is slow, feminine energy. If you have a left facing, you burn calories like 70% faster than people who have a right facing. So when you eat, you burn through your food, your fuel, and it's how you also learn. So for you to try and learn something on an empty stomach would be hard for you. You'd space out. I mean, you and I both have a left facing arrow. And I know for me, I'm like, I get to a point where like, okay, I can't even focus. I can't do anything else until I have something.
Our personality changes real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
We need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a left facing arrow, you probably get hangry. And you're supposed to be like that. Like your body's meant to work that way. And there's so much information out there about health and how we're meant to eat and what's healthy and what's right, what to eat, when to eat, all of it. And what's actually true is that there's 12 different types and that your type is the best way for you. So try and get rid of all that information you have in your head from the internet, from doctors, from, friends and family that's been passed on. I'm not saying we are doctors and it should replace anything that your doctor's telling you, but this is how you are designed to eat. So, did I explain all of that good enough? Mm-hmm. We just did this once and now we're redoing it, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sometimes we don't plug the microphone in. We don't know. I think that pretty much explains it. So we'll just jump in. So the first one is based on what to eat. So if you have either consecutive appetite or alternating appetite as your digestion, then it's all about what you eat. So these are the only types that really matters. Now, it doesn't mean everyone else can just eat junk food and like pig out all the time on bad stuff and they're going to feel good. It just means that's what your body needs, is that certain way, where for the other types, it's like your environment or the feeling or, whether it's daytime or nighttime, and that matters more than what you're actually eating. So for consecutive appetite, that's left facing. This is the oldest digestive system. It's like caveman, if you think about it, like paleo diet. So living off the land is really right for your system. So paleo diet, caveman diet, like meat, vegetables, potatoes, like all that stuff is good for you. And that's true for consecutive and alternating. The difference is consecutive, you should only eat like single ingredients. So all the recipes today, they're like super fun and they have all this stuff in them. That's not good for you. And this actually feels like the worst one to me because I love mixing so much food.
Yeah, but I feel like people who are like this, like
Calvin, I was just going to say that.
He only likes, and is Derek like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're the same, right? Because they're meat and potato kind of guy. And I just mean that they like 5 things. Yeah. And that's all they want.
Yeah, no, it's true. And actually, the people that have consecutive that aren't supposed to mix food at all, Danielle has this. They don't want to. Like, they don't want a huge variety. They don't want a whole bunch of ingredients. They're kind of picky and they only like those certain things.
They know what they
need. They're listening to their body. And you'll notice it even as children. Like, those kids that you put it on the plate with the separators and if anything touches, they scream. Yeah. They're probably consecutive because they're like, my food's touching nasty. Like, I don't want it. So for them, it's like best for you to have, like, you can have meat, potatoes, and vegetables, but you're only, like, I would do one vegetable, not a lot of seasoning, not a lot of stuff on it, one meat, one potato, and there's not a lot of toppings, like simple, basic, not super seasoned stuff. But those people usually like that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't,
or it's
and that's
seasoned and it's like, we're not doing veggies, it's just literal. Or this is Cal too. He's like, he likes fun food, but it gets simplified and dumbed down.
Yeah.
So if you're eating, like burgers, it's burger bun.
Yeah.
No cheese, no lettuce, no tomato, nothing's changed. He's 18 years old.
Yeah.
Derek, I feel like, is the same
He is
way.
like that too, yes.
So.
Yes. But unfortunately for them, that's not their type, so that doesn't help them.
And, like, if kids can grow out of
they
things.
They can, yeah.
So don't take it too close to heart, maybe. But, like, I would definitely pull up. If you're having struggles, if you have littles and you're struggling.
Yeah. Well, I think people sometimes get really upset when their kids won't try things. But some types, they're not supposed to. They know that's not right for their system, so they don't want it. So it is important to realize that, yes, kids can learn certain behaviors. And, of course, like, they might choose dessert over dinner. But as a whole, they still kind of remember who they are and what their system's doing. And so look into their chart before you force them to try something.
Or finish their plate. That was our generation.
Right.
You sat there and you ate it.
Yeah, yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Now we have food trauma.
Lots of it. Great. Okay, so the right-facing arrow side of this is alternating. So it's still the basic, like, caveman, simpler type diet, like live off the land. But it is, you can put a couple things together. So, like, these were the alchemists of food. Like, they were the ones that said, like, ooh, what if we heat up the blueberries? Or what if we put, like, a blueberry on top of a mint leaf on top of a piece of chicken?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good. But, just, like, mixing things together.
Yeah.
But simple ingredients, simple things, but bringing a couple things together. So they're going to be okay with their few items touching each other. They're just still going to have a few items. But they'll take multiple things in one bite instead of being the ones that are supposed to, like, finish your steak, now eat all your potatoes, now eat all your veggies.
Yeah.
Your one type of veggie. Actually, I think Mommy Onami has that one because she talked about how she was trying to, like, work with her digestion in human design. And she's like, I literally just ate steak with nothing on it for, like, a month. But I think she likes good food, so I think she's kind of sad about hers.
But, that probably gets incorporated in different ways, like you said. Like, maybe it is steak for a month, and then randomly you'll be like, you know what? No, we're going to do breakfast for dinner. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the first type. So if that's your type, if you're consecutive appetite or alternating appetite, that's what matters. It doesn't matter if you have it in morning or night. It doesn't matter what your environment is. It doesn't matter anything else that you've heard about how you're supposed to eat. What matters for you is what you eat. The next one is open taste and closed taste. So these are the kids who absolutely know what's right for their body. If they don't want it, it's actually not right for them. And adults also. But this is a really important one to know if you have these kids, because you don't want to be forcing them to eat something that's going to cause a stomach ache when they know that if they don't like the taste of it, it's not good for them.
We called that a no thank you bite.
Yes.
We'll just be like, just take a bite, and then if you don't like it, you say no thank you.
Yeah.
That was our take a no thank you bite.
Yes. No, that's perfect. And they won't even, like, they will usually eat the same thing again and again for, like, a season.
Okay.
So they'll usually, like, be good with local foods, seasonal foods, and they'll like the same thing. Like, they might eat, like, a chicken sandwich every day for lunch with, like, a Caesar salad. And maybe the salad dressing changes every now and then, or the chicken changes to, like, pork every now and then. Mm-hmm. But it's pretty much the same thing all the time. And then as the season changes, they'll change what they like. But it's because they like it. That's what tastes good to them. They know their body likes it. And they're literally supposed to eat based on what they like. Which is kind of nice, because if you don't like the taste of it, it's not good for you. True. Or some of us have to shove things in because it's good for us, So the open taste, the left-facing arrow, is actually going to be more of the seasonal and the eating the same thing every day, where the closed taste is going to be more like they know, don't eat that. Like, I do not like the taste of that. It's not right for me. So sorry, one's one side, one's the other side. And remember, if you're right facing arrow, don't overeat. It's okay to go a long time between meals. So, like, these are the ones that you don't want to force your kid to eat breakfast if they're not hungry. You don't want to force them to have lunch if they're not hungry. Like, they can eat one meal a day sometimes and be totally fine with it because their system works slowly. So I think this is really nice for parents to know with kids because we're so like worried about, is my kid eating enough? Are they eating the right things? Am I doing this right? Why are they picky? And really it's because we have a specific way we're supposed to do it. And then we get to adulthood and we're so confused about how we're actually supposed to eat or what we're supposed to do because of that. So yes. Okay. So to recap, if you have open taste, seasonal, local, eating the same thing every day. And then closed taste is if it doesn't taste good, not meant for you. If it tastes good, it's meant for you. Okay, now we have you, first one in our family. So the next two are based off of temperature. So nothing else matters, like I said before. It doesn't matter where. Now it doesn't matter what they eat. It only matters the temperature of what they eat. And Bri's one and my husband's the other.
Yes.
So she's the left facing arrow, which is hot temperature. So for hot temperature, your body doesn't know to slow down and start digesting unless there's heat involved. And heat can be literal heat or it can be spice, which you like both.
True.
And she loves hot drinks and she's always cold.
True.
Yes. And then Derek's always hot and doesn't like any hot drinks.
Always drinking ice water.
Yes.
I'm always like, how could you just drink ice water in the winter?
Yeah.
Like,
he always is.
Ugh.
And he hates coffee. He hates like soup. Anything that's like hot and like liquid, he's like, ugh. Isn't that so funny?
I could eat soup year round. Also,
know.
I will literally eat spicy salsa till I am like runny nose, my eye, and I'm just like, I gotta keep going.
I love it.
I gotta power through.
Yes. And that's what's right for her. So she's listening to her system by doing that. If she was to drink ice water or an iced coffee, like with every meal, her body wouldn't know to start digesting. And so it would throw her system off. But for Derek, if he tries to eat like hot soup or drink hot coffee, it throws his system off and he can't do it properly because he actually needs, because he's a right facing arrow and it's slow, he needs the shock of the cold to tell it time to go, time to digest. Now that doesn't mean that you can't eat like a cooked meal ever. It just means for Bri, like eating it straight out of the oven when it's so hot you almost burn your mouth is totally fine. Derek should let it sit and cool and eat it at its coolest temperature before he goes for it. And like, actually, he could live off like sandwiches and like he
like
likes burgers and stuff.
Cold,
yeah.
cold foods.
But you know what's funny is I always freak out when I'm trying to get like, whenever I cook, I have to go crazy and like do everything perfect and do all these extra steps. And like, I think I'm my dad when I cook.
Yeah.
And so
I was just
he's a
thinking
French chef. And so I'm like, oh, I need to do this and I need to do this. And I always have like so many things going. And I'm like so stressed that it's not going to be hot still when I give it to him. And he's always like, I don't care. It will be sitting out forever. And he's like, yeah, it's perfect. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have to eat it when it's hot.
That does make sense.
Yeah, it does. Okay, our next two are based off sound. So just to recap, if you have temperature, nothing matters but the temperature. If you have the taste, open or closed, nothing matters except for the one that they're choosing what they like. Really, it's choosing what you like. This one, the left facing arrow, is just going to choose the same thing over and over again. Where the closed taste, that's the kid that you don't even make them take a no thank you bite because they can tell by looking at it that they don't want it. The other kid would take it, the left facing arrow. Then the first one is what you eat. So that's where we're at. So just remember, it's not each thing for everyone. It's like everyone has a specific one, and that's the only thing you have to worry about. Don't worry about all the other noise that we've been told. And just one thing, like as a general rule for human design, as far as what you eat, we're supposed to eat what there's the most of. So there's the most fruits and vegetables, so we eat the most of that. The next abundant thing would be like grains. The next abundant thing, I guess, would be like proteins and dairy and stuff. So if you go in order from like what the earth has the most of, that's what you should eat the most of. If you were going to choose, like, if you didn't know like what to eat, you because you have like temperature or something, you could go off that. Because obviously, like I said before, you don't want to just eat fast food and junk.
True.
Okay, so now we're into sound. This one's so interesting because I didn't realize Bria, my oldest daughter, has high sound, but me and my youngest daughter have calm.
So interesting. You guys are split.
I know. So like she needs like a lot of like buzzing energy, restaurants and lots of things going on. And for me and my youngest daughter, we're supposed to like sit like in a calm room, take a deep breath, like really like connect with our food, like
Yeah.
and that's so hard for us, but I just think it's interesting. Like, how does that family eat together? So the first one is the left facing arrow, and that's high sound, noisy, buzzing energy. And so you will do best if you're like doing things, you're like on the go. These people can like eat in the car while they're working in the car while they're driving.
Yeah.
So high sound, social places, stimulating, that's what tells their digestive system, let's go. And again, this is also how we learn all of these things. So like Bree will learn better in a warm or hot environment, where Derek will learn better in a cool, cold environment. Closed taste people will learn better in a place that they just feel comfortable and that they like they'll just know they like the energy. Where open taste is going to want a familiar place. And then I don't know how that would work out for the other two because that's based on what you eat. But for the other stuff, that's how you would digest information and learn as well. So for my oldest daughter, for high sound, she would learn better in like a noisy, busy classroom or like.
With a bunch of people
Yes.
in the kitchen, like everyone cooking together.
Yes. Where for someone with a right facing arrow that has sound, they would learn better in a completely quiet, maybe they wear headphones, like drown everything out. And that's also how their system thrives. When they slow down and have quiet, that's when their system knows to go.
I've seen this play out with Shane and I going out to certain places to eat. And since I figured this out about him, that he's calm, like we went into this really cute place in Bonnie Lake, and usually it's pretty chill, but there was live music and it was so loud, like he was instantly overstimulated, and I could just see him be like like he just kind of like glazed over, and he was like totally turned off. Like it just was too overstimmy for his nervous system, that he was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
Now that I know that, I'm careful about when we do go out to eat, even though you guys are calm, that we're very like, picky about what is the environment like.
Yeah. No, I don't even like concerts. Like loud music drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And I always was like, gosh, am I like an old lady at heart? Like, because my mom would always be like, oh, that's so loud. And I'd be like, what's wrong with her?
It's your nervous system.
I
runs
know.
The show, so.
Yeah, it makes me crazy. And even though I have a hard time sitting in a calm space to eat, because I like being around people, I love restaurants and talking while I eat and stuff. But I definitely notice it with like loud places.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't go out to eat.
Right.
It just means that you have to be really picky about what the ambiance, the environment is.
Yes. And it's not like you can never do it. Yeah, exactly.
At our favorite place.
That one always gets me too. I'm always like,
we're always right by we're always right by the stinking volume speaker so loud, and we're always like, oh.
There's a little like wine bar that has like super good appetizers and snacks and stuff, and yeah, we do love it.
And it is fun.
It's really fun, but it's the worst. And actually, the trivia is really fun too. But when we're like trying to catch up and talk, it's like you can't hear anything over it, and they'll do snips of songs. So they're constantly just playing these really loud snips.
Which is fun, except
Oh.
when you're right by the speaker.
That's probably why we always get that table, because it's the only one available, because no one wants to sit there for that.
Gosh.
Neat. There it is, playing out in real time again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next two is time of day, and these are your kids. One has one has the other. So this is an interesting one for people who have been taught, because most of us have been taught breakfast should be your biggest meal of the day.
That's true. That was pounded into us.
And don't eat too late at night.
Yeah.
And for your son, that's totally wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember when you told me this, and you were like, he needs, like, I think you said things that also, like, grow in the dark.
Yeah.
Like potatoes.
Yes.
And, you know, carrots, even though he doesn't eat those.
Yes, yes.
And also, your taste will evolve as you grow.
Yes.
So this doesn't have to be black and white. Like when you say, like, if this is only what you like this is all you eat. That doesn't mean you don't grow and evolve. It just means that you're listening to yourself and trusting yourself.
And play with it. Human design was built as an experiment. So for every person, it's going to be like different levels of this. It's just like their theme. But it is an experiment. Experiment with it and see, like, do I do better in a totally silent room, or do I do better with some soft music or like a calm restaurant, you know? It doesn't have to be so extreme. So Ava, her daughter, has direct light, and that is what we've been taught. Breakfast should be the biggest meal of the day. You eat when the sun is up. You quit eating before the sun goes down, and dinner is your smallest meal. And you eat things that have been touched by sunlight. So lots of fruits, like vegetables that are out, like, I guess
she does love fruit.
She does.
She would choose fruit over anything else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so then we have the opposite, which is the right facing arrow, and this is your son. So this is also cool to know, because Ava should need more food than Cal does. So she probably needs to eat more often.
Definitely more of an eater, too.
Yeah. And I think this can be hard for people, especially women, if they don't realize, like, they'll think, like, I shouldn't eat as much as a guy eats. But, like, my husband's a right-facing arrow, so he can eat a whole bunch in one meal. But I want to eat, like, half a meal 9 times a day.
Same.
So then I'll feel like, how is he not hungry? It's been, like, 3 hours. And he's like, how are you hungry? It's been 3 hours.
Because your system is different.
Exactly. So for Cal, he can go longer between meals, and it's right for him to eat when the sun goes down all the way until early in the morning before it comes up. It doesn't mean he can't eat during the day. It's just the less light out, the better. And food that hasn't been touched by the sun is better for him.
Very cool.
Yeah, I know. I secretly think that's my favorite one that I wish I had. Just because it's so taboo to eat late at night, and it's like, I wish mine was like, you just pig out at night, just go for it.
You know what? The amount of times that I've been in bed and 10 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, gosh dang it, I'm hungry.
I know. And at least if we had that, we'd be like, I'm supposed to.
Yeah, leave me alone. Quit judging.
Right. Okay, so our last one is touch, which it's not actually touching, but the calm touch, which is like a quiet, like, sit down and breathe, relax. Like, you don't want to be stressed out when you're eating. This is why I have a bad digestive system. I'm always like, go, like thinking about a million things, trying to eat really quick, and then I'm like, why does my stomach hurt? But if you can sit and breathe and just relax and not worry about anything except for being focused on eating, that's the best thing for a calm environment, which is Bri's husband, my youngest daughter, Bailey, and then me. Mm-hmm. And then the opposite of this one, the right facing arrow on this one, is nervous touch, which that just means like fidgeting, like someone that can like eat while they're like messing around with a project, or like, you know, kind of watching a show or playing a game on their phone, it's more of like a fidgety energy, a nervous energy, but a fidgety energy. Because stillness feels like their system's slow, so stillness tells them it's not time to like go. So they need to move around a little bit to tell their body, like, come on, start digesting. Yeah. And those are also the ones that probably do best with like the fidget spinners when they learn. because I realized that got really popular with the kids, what, like 5 years ago or
Yeah, it really
something?
did.
And I'm sure it's not for everyone, but the kids that do really well with those, it's because focusing on that while they're listening makes it easier for their system to learn. Where another kid who has like calm like I do would be really distracted by that and needs like a really calm, like no one messing around so they can focus. I actually do get super annoyed with people when I'm in like a seminar or a class and they're like whispering or like being loud, or I'm always like, I need quiet.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of movement, getting in
Yeah.
their bag and stuff, getting up and doing stuff. I'm like, just sit down and listen. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And you probably do really bad in a cold room trying to learn. Does that make sense
It
for you?
makes me really grumpy. Like,
Yeah.
being cold makes me so grumpy.
Yeah.
I'll go home real quick.
And being hot makes Derek so grumpy.
I know, we're so opposite.
I know. I love it. We went on vacation together a few years ago in Arizona, and she was like living her best lizard life.
I was a lizard.
And I did not want to leave
Trash
the
panda
pool.
lizard.
Yes. We had a good time.
It was a good time.
We need to do it again.
I hope this is helpful to people.
I know.
Like, and just that, like, the way that you grew up may not be what's right for you.
Yeah. And don't listen to all of the experts out there, because it became a thing because it worked for someone, but it worked for someone because they had a system that worked with. So, like, fasting being a big thing, it worked for a right-facing arrow, and so they assumed everyone needs to do this. But for a left-facing arrow, like, what Bri said is right. Like, you could do it, like, where maybe you stop eating at 5 and fast more while you're sleeping at night and stuff. But if it doesn't feel good to your system, then it's not right for you, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's really dangerous to say that fasting is for everyone, because one, there's a whole spectrum of what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And two, because our nervous systems are not all the same. If you have some deep unresolved trauma, when you're fasting, that actually triggers it.
Yeah.
So you just got to be really careful and, self
Listen to your body.
listen to your body.
Yeah.
Self-advocacy, like
Yeah.
really honoring, what is right for you.
And like we say this with everything, with the spiritual work that we do, with anyone that we're doing trainings with. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not your truth, and let it go. It can be my truth and not your truth, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And human design's an experiment, so experiment with your type and see what feels good to you.
Yeah. I love it.
I do too. Thanks. We love this one. We hope this one's helpful for you. Play with it. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, look at your kid's chart.
Yeah.
And just see what it probably would answer a lot of frustration questions around your children's eating patterns.
It probably really would. Yeah.
I wish I would have had. I mean, we say this for
everything. I know.
But like, this is a big one when you're a mom and you're like super frustrated because you're with friends that their kids eat all these new foods.
Yes.
And you're just like, cool, my kid wants chicken nuggets.
Right. Again.
Every day.
I know. Well, and I wish I had known that Bailey needed a calm environment and that Bria needed chaos, because we were always in chaos.
Total opposites.
Yes.
It's a really good example of like the difference, especially when you have kids, of like one kid thriving in certain times and one kid really perceiving it as maybe not thriving.
Yeah.
And that's just literally just how different we all are.
I think it shows why the school system isn't working for a lot of kids
It's
now.
trash. I'm just kidding.
But it's not meant for everyone, and some people can't learn. If you can't learn in a chaotic environment, homeschooling might be good for you.
Yes.
It might be why all these alternatives are coming up, because people are starting to like listen to their bodies, listen to their kids' bodies. Like, why is it that there's always, like my daughter, she was always told she was ADHD and she wasn't going to be able to focus, and she begged me for medication, which I gave her, and it was a huge issue. And she just had so many bad things happen from it, and it was all because it's not a learning environment that she needed. She needed a calm environment to learn in, and school's not calm.
No. And we know this about school, that like really not all kids are thriving, and in these certain systems.
Right.
So
Well, and like for Cal, he would do great with like night classes.
it's really good to know, actually.
Right. Right. Where like early morning is not his best time to learn. Unless it's really early morning, like 4 a.m. before the sun.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a student and you're like listening to this, send us a message with like, are you thriving? Are you not thriving? Like, what works best for you?
Yeah.
As far as classes and eating, and I mean, it's all tied together, mind, body, soul, and that's why I love HD.
Me too. And I really think the world is going this way anyways. I think as different alternatives come out for schooling, I think schools will also evolve, and maybe there will be like hot rooms and cold rooms and calm rooms and loud rooms, you know, that actually works well, or maybe, you know, night classes, day classes. So
It's really cool.
yeah, it really is. Ah, we love that one. This is only our 4th time doing this one.
No big deal. We're just learning.
We're just learning it all. Yeah. If you haven't heard our other ones, we've recorded all of these multiple times and then lost all of them and had to start all over again. We're traumatized.
We are.
It's okay.
It's fun.
It is fun. And we just anchor in and learn more every time.
I really do.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.